Now you
I
said
mean,
there's elders to the side as like advisors, right?
right.
Would they have a problem with me going up and trying to talk to them, or are they chill with us?
I mean, you can approach them. I mean, you get a certain distance before there's a guard right next to you, but it's more of a precautionary measure than it is a preventative measure. So you come up to one of the elders and they say, "Yes."
If you don't mind, I would like to know more about the Fae and this creature. Obviously, it's of very high importance, and I would like to know more about it. Will there be any predators or so out within the forest that will try to chase?
Many, but none that, to my knowledge, would strike against someone from the glade. That is what I believe they call their council, their what do you fallen refer to it as? Uh, like a elder circle, but bigger.
Like a council? I speak out.
Bigger,
Conclave?
maybe.
King?
Yes,
So there is a bigger one that watches over all. Do
yes.
they have a territory? Like, has this one strayed so far away?
Their territory is where the trees grow wide, unnaturally large, and where the woods themselves seem to almost redirect you towards their domain.
And this is within the land of the mountain orcs, right? In the north?
No, this is to the west. It is strange that they would be this far north, yes.
See. Are there any other tribes outer west that may also we can talk to, if possible?
Oh, the great forest orcs, perhaps. Ural, that happens to be your hometown,
Ah,
so to
yes.
speak.
My whole
Hey.
place.
Yeah, that would be your village, where you came from.
Yes.
Family issues are up to you.
Now,
I made the planet UN to get away from the family.
That said, it would be about a week's ride.
extra.
Hmm.
Okay. Has there ever been this issue before with certain unfavorable ones doing hunting in this area?
We have had many. We've had a number of infringements uh, on our on our territory, on others. The Your fallen seem to be very unpredictable. We know not if one sets in foot of our domain, whether they are helpful or harmful.
That is true. I kind of bow my head a little bit. My apologies for their ignorance ahead of time.
We have become accustomed to dealing with the fallen. You are so varied, like your own peoples. Uh, there is so much about many of you that is good, many that are bad. We simply, you are always one big question to us.
Just like this world that we came into. We knew
Yeah.
nothing of it except for we may live or we may die.
And
To put it simply.
it is that understanding of each other's sense of the unknown that has led to the peacefulness between us and your home. Dissonance, I believe.
Yes. Thank you again for answering my questions. And again, I apologize for the future ignorance of the fallen. Kind of take my leave.
I do not believe it is us that will need to be apologized to.
Yeah, I have a feeling about that. I can go back and join the others with the voodoo shaman dude. Is he done yet?
It's about that time where he begins to finish up, and he stands up and he looks, and you see his eyes are clouded over, um, swirling with greenish emerald hue, and simply what comes out of his mouth is in Orcish, unfortunately, but uh, because of the wonderful translation effect and the fact that the GM is not going to spend forever trying to butcher Klingon to make it sound Orcish, I am going to just put it in English. But after translation, it says, "The great artist weeps, her canvas tears. The sky burns of flame, the lands ooze of vengeance. The beyond and the below strike with venom." And it's at that point he comes out of said trance.
All right, so you translated that to English, but that's still pretty confusing.
So then it is as we fear. It
I assume it was Euro that
begins to
translated to English.
Sure. You can have it be Euro that does the translation.
TLDR for you, sky folk. How do I say this in English? Pardon my French, but
Well, okay,
shit is
without
hitting
using
the fan.
friends, because this is supposed to be a relatively PG-13. Uh, I believe.
Language.
I was going to say, like, how much language are we putting into this stream? I do
Yeah, I
real
probably
quick,
should have. Uh,
real quick meta to the host here. Uh, what kind of language?
We've hit our ratio for F bombs.
Just once.
okay,
Okay,
sorry.
but
I won't do it again.
I would like to point out it was the most appropriate time to use one. Uh,
Can't deny that.
Nobody is.
No.
so we're still PG-13. Good.
Yep.
Okay, I will restrain myself.
Say it
Attempt
in
to.
Orc.
There you go. Yes, ain't an orc.
Just make up a
Google
random orc.
Translate.
For
No.
anybody actually curious on that, you would type in Black Tongue translation actually to get Orcish.
I was just gonna
What?
put it in like
That
Russian.
sounds like a
but
dirty
to be honest.
website.
Black
No,
tongue.
Black tongue.
Tolkien actually created the Orc language, and it's called Black Tongue.
That's dope.
Well, Tolkien has lame orcs. How do I? Let me speak in 40k orc. There we go.
By all means. You know what? Maybe I'll have the hunter orcs from the south be 40k ish.
All right, you gits. We've got to go crump the. Fuck, I'm terrible at orcs. I can't do that.
Now we're out of PG-13.
Oh no, now we're rated R.
Oh no.
That's okay. That's what the censor button's for.
Boobs.
Hey.
Okay. Yeah. TLDR. Planet's dying. Your god is probably not happy about it. No one's happy about it. A lot of things are dying,
Well,
and it's
yeah.
just getting worse.
We live here now. If it's dying, we're gonna die.
Yeah.
So what can we do?
Yeah.
Does that have something to do with the pseudo dragon?
The pseudo dragon is likely but an unfortunate casualty of the ongoing conflict.
Well, yeah, because one of Dissonance's hunters killed it, but that bite mark, I don't think any of our hunters could have done that.
No, the bite mark, I fear, is likely tied to the greater problems. Your hunter's incompetence is a separate problem, not quite as grand.
I
Is
feel
that-
like you're insulting me, but I'm not
Oh,
sure.
I am.
Okay, as long as you're clarifying this.
At least he's polite about it. He didn't want to be rude.
Thank you for letting me know.
She's up front.
Not to
The
be rude,
Baron
but
has
we're the
organized them all, but not laid down the law. That's an issue.
Well, the Baron tries his best, and I fear he will. To remedy this situation, I fear there will simply be all the uh, um, words. f- Um,
Can't
all
use
the
it.
involved individuals will be simply handed to the Fae to sate their bloodlust and hope that they spare his city. Um, he has not
If
many
they
other
don't,
options, does he?
if they don't spare his city, I have no real attachment to it. Can I like stay here?
Uh,
I, just
Unfortunately,
hypothetically.
I I
I
would
mean,
watch your
Yikishi's already making herself at home doing push-ups in the dirt.
Yeah, look at her. She's all dirty already. No, I don't want her here.
You did not
uh,
kill the dragon, but you have carried its body for several days.
I didn't touch it. It was actually him.
You have
I
been
didn't
in its
point at it.
keeping.
it's
What?
the chieftain speaks up. He says, "It is more the fact that if the Fae were to declare a blood oath against the entire fallen race, there will not be a single survivor that will not be scoured throughout the course of Hithland. You may go to hiding, but can you hide when nature is your enemy?"
No, and I love nature. Hmm.
Is there no way for peace and justice to be done at the same time when it comes to
Without war.
the Fae?
Oh, indeed, but it is up to the Baron, of course.
If he
The,
can convince the Fae to just take the idiots that shot it, maybe.
if if the essentially what he explains, because I am not going to try to explain this in broken common.
Hmm.
Essentially, the killing of the pseudo dragon has triggered a casus belli from the Fae to the Fallen, a legitimized reason to go to war. Mayhap the Baron could find some way to, stymie that or provide some other kind of tribute in or find some other kind of justice. But yeah, that's the situation. It's not that there's a hard how are things going to go. You don't know. It's going to boil down to what the Baron wants to do.
If he wants to survive, he knows what he's going to do.
I mean, he could try negotiations. He could try to say, maybe not kill them, but that might not be on the table. Their lives might be forfeit. It boils down to what are the demands of the Fae going to be, and that's something for the Baron to discuss.
Ay,
Yeah,
we need to
Okay,
it's
go back
so it's
now.
his problem, not my problem. That
Well, if he
It's going to be all of our problems if they decide to go to war and kill every single thing that has ever fallen from the sky.
Chief, question. In your professional and experienced life, would you say, if hypothetically speaking,
Oh, God.
if there was a war, who would you bet your life? Who would
he
win?
he leans over to Ural and says, "Hyper, what?"
I d- you don't need an elder to tell you that the Fae would win this conflict.
Oh,
You are,
absolutely, yes,
yes,
Okay.
you are
So
but
Baron
one
versus
small
Faye,
town.
Faye would win.
Oh
yes.
yes, they would win before the day is done. You would
Oh,
probably
Mm.
not even
excellent,
know you were
excellent.
at war.
Mm, right, excellent. Okay, I know who I'm siding with. Got it. That's all I needed to know.
It's not that simple. And as he's trying to explain this, the door to the tent flies open, and a very breathless orc, uh, you recognize as one of the cooking staff, actually,
holla.
kind of
He's
shouts,
all like,
says something in Orcish. Ural, it roughly translates into something's falling from the sky.
That's
Again?
The sky is on fire, is what
Wait,
he's
what?
saying.
Uh-oh.
What's he saying?
Well, I'm getting my axe.
Um,
I'm gonna head outside.
you
I
head
most likely
outside.
understood what he said, right?
No.
Well, everyone seems disturbed, and he's pointing outside.
All
Two
right.
and
Well,
two can be correlated.
Yeah, I'm going
we'll go
outside.
look.
You look outside. It was nighttime. Was
Was?
Mm.
and it's still dark at times, but you all just immediately obviously look up, and the skies where Harmony was, at least based on the general concept of where it might be located, you see the clouds themselves occasionally just explosions of uh fiery orangish, yellowish, sometimes a green or a purple. But yes, something is going on up there.
Ah, the Fae have activated their surface-to-air missiles already.
No, what?
No.
It's like a war up there.
So,
I think he means ballistas.
so we're
No.
basically seeing flashes through the clouds. We're not actually seeing Harmony, are we?
No, you are not seeing Harmony, but you see that the clouds themselves are occasionally lighting up with, just signs of explosions. Now,
Doesn't this remind you guys of fireworks back in Harmony?
no,
Oh, I had.
it's a bit
No?
bigger than
A
fireworks.
bit bigger.
I'm assuming this is
Yeah.
probably a bit bigger than the normal explosions in the sky that have been occurring in years of late.
Well, yeah, when people fall from the sky, they tend to break through the clouds, and then there's a little bit of fire as they come in, and then they hit a place.
Yes.
And, yeah. No, this is specifically the clouds themselves are popping off,
Is
as it
it
were.
magic?
I mean, it seems magical. I mean,
Can I roll Arcana?
sure, actually.
From this distance?
Oh, look. I got a nat 20, so 23.
23. Okay, so you don't know exactly what's going on up there, but you recognize War Machina when you've seen it. You've
Mhm.
seen them practice with it. You've seen the great machines that defend Hith lines. You've seen the flying uh vehicles, the wizards casting destructive magics. You've seen that there has always been a militarized force ready to protect Hithline should anything come into contact with it. And it would appear
We're talking
that
about Harmony, not Hithlight, right?
yeah, not Hithline, Harmony. Yes, sorry. But yes, you know that Harmony does have a military with magically enhanced machinery, clockwork, some otherwise. Things created by the elves almost seem to move by themselves. Things created by the dwarves and the gnomes moved with a form of clockwork.
So they
Um,
actually doing some work up there now.
Something is going on. Be it Harmony is under attack, or does anyone want to roll a common sense check on this one? It would be
Sure.
insight.
Inside. Oh, I'm not very insightful. Nope, not at all. 5.
No.
I'll go ahead and give it a shot. Insight.
But
I
I
got
know, like, it's a lot of war machines and spells going off up there. I tell them.
21.
21. You heard the statement of the chieftain. You heard that Bachuna, the artist, weeps. You heard him say of tumultuous times in the skies. And you've always known, especially you, Jace, being sort of close to nobility by way of tending to their animals, you've heard things in the past. You remember the posters that went up, the ones declaring that Bachuna's creation of the spark was treasonous to the rest of the pantheon. You know that this is an unpopular position to take in polite company, but not so unpolite company. might otherwise form what could be considered a resistance to remove the last of the spark in harmony.
So we could be watching a genocide.
Perhaps.
After a fashion, at least.
Mm-hmm.
The girl's convinced it's the Fae, honestly. I don't know what's going on with that.
You really don't know, actually.
I mean, all I know is like, hey, fallen oh shit, what did I do to my mic?
You're
Still hear
fine.
you.
I accidentally turned my volume off, so I couldn't hear anything. Yeah, no, I mean, I know Fallen come from up there. Fallen just pissed the I did it again. Fallen just declared war on the Fae. You know what? Maybe the Fae are retaliating already. I don't know. I'm just an orc.
Seems a bit fast.
I believe it's a genocide going on up there. Just putting two and two together. I
Well,
mean,
for
things
once,
were
I'm glad to be down here.
yeah. I mean, things were tense up there to begin with.
I'm glad you said you're glad to be down here. As Ural, you have danger sense, you have, expertise, you have experience dealing with it. You smell something odd. Who did we lose?
That was envy.
Rose. Sorry. You smell that odd tinge of like a metallic mist, and you sort of look around, and it's very, very faint, but
There we
it's
go.
there. That smell that you smelled in the cave.
Oh, that's not good.
What's that?
And
Hmm.
you smell that tinge, that corruption. And it is about this point that the western side of the camps watch guards blare their horns and light torches. So each of you are kind of looking around, and almost immediately the entire camp drops what they're doing, grabs weapons, and starts heading towards that side of the camp.
What?
Oh, great.
I'm
War in the
I'm
sky, war on the ground. There's just nowhere. There's nothing.
I'm just gonna join the people running towards the west.
Same.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm going to summon my sword and join.
When in doubt, okay, I join everybody else too.
Devin, fun
Yes.
fact.
Uh-huh.
When you summon your sword, you actually hear a voice in your head.
All right.
You summon it, and as you're running, you hear something just kind of echo in your head, and it says, "The eldritch are here."
I'm sorry, what?
Okay.
The eldritch are here. I would taste their blood, Devin.
And I'm looking around. Do I know what's coming from my sword?
Uh, Not immediately, until you realize, oh no, you're talking about, the sword that you summoned, the powerful being imbued in the sword,
Oh,
which is
yeah.
required as part of the ritual.
I remember now.
He
The
got somebody in
eldritch.
his sword?
Yep.
Well, you don't know that, so
Yeah, you guys don't know that.
I know, this is just out of game. When did you put someone in your sword?
Not
Who did you
someone.
kidnap?
It's part of the ritual required to create the hexblade,
What?
and
That's why you got kicked out. You
It is
kidnapping people
actually.
and putting them in swords.
It's not
That's
a
illegal.
person. It's not a person. It's a thing.
That can talk.
Okay, so the eldritch. I speak as I run with my sword. What do I know what the eldritch are?
no.
The hell is the eldritch?
It's about that time you say that you guys get to that side of the camp, and um you don't know what to make of it. Mushrooms the size of Kaya, only quite a bit wider, are running around, just dipping and dodging and spewing a mist or some kind of smoke everywhere they go. And not very far behind them, stones with tendrils are lashing out and dragging orcs towards them, at least trying to. Some not successfully, others you see the chomped corpses already. And even further in the back, you hear, you don't know what. It sounds like someone's speaking, but it's rapid and it's quick and it's unintelligible and it's starting to get to your head.
My head or everyone's head?
Everyone. There are some people who have just straight up stopped fighting. There are other people who seem to have just gone insane at the sound of it. But the point is, I need all of you to roll initiative.
Ooh!
No.
Finish.
So it is a d20 plus your dexterity modifier.
0. Nat 20.
8
Oh, okay.
for Devin.
Well, hang on to your number. I'll kind of work my way down.
Holding
I
it.
got 23.
All right. So, let's see. Yeah, just hang on to your number while I get this set up.
It's just a d20 plus an ish, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. There's that one. Yes. All right, so I got everything set up. So, anyone over 20?
Me.
All right.
I'm
Kikishi?
23. Yeah.
All
Really?
right.
I'm alone? No.
Uh,
I don't like this.
20 to 15.
I got technically a nat 20. I have no initiative, so it's just a straight 20.
I got
Alright.
that too.
All right.
That was 17.
All right. Anyone between 20 and 17? Oh, okay, so that just leaves Peter.
I
So
got
Devin.
an 8.
Okay.
Wait, what did Earl get?
17.
17, that's right. I misheard.
So did I miss anyone?
No.
Nope.
Okay. And these critters are going to go on a
To
number
die.
of initiatives.
How many is a number?
You don't know.
But I can see them, can't I?
There's a lot around. You are.
Oh.
I mean, if it weren't for the orcs, you would be horribly outnumbered. The
Still
orcs are, of
out.
course, handling who they can, but you guys are going to have to protect yourselves. So, Yikishi, you are, of course, first to act. Your arms are a little sore, but you'll deal with that later. Adrenaline has kind of kicked in, and you see these shrooms running around, and whatever they're spewing out is causing people to cough. Ural, do you have any sage advice about the spores?
Well, they didn't really bother me last time, but I could tell, they probably would bother the small lungs of the fallen. Cover your mouth, lads, if you can. Just don't breathe in. Breathe in if you can help it.
Nice.
Yeah. So
So I see walking shrooms,
you see walking
a couple of walking
rocks,
rocks,
and this
and
like
what?
and this like mound of flesh that is screaming incoherently.
Mhm.
So okay,
Screaming. Okay,
Okay,
I'm really
so-
trying to picture
no,
this.
no,
I'm
no,
kind
no,
of
no.
lost for
It's-
words right
it's-
now.
okay, just imagine a mass of flesh that is screaming, and it's whatever it's saying is not actually something you can decipher.
Okay, yeah.
So
So
to explain, combat in 5th edition is usually very tactical, very top down, there's lots of movement. But in this case, because I don't want to do a table, I want to keep things very thematic. It really is think kind of like a Lord of the Rings style battle where you're going to go person to person, and each of them are going to do something. But yes, the place is being overrun. You have the first scene of this battle. What are you going to do?
I'm just gonna pull out my rapier and gonna use some speed. I'm just gonna
Uh-huh.
try to slash as many shrooms as possible, so no one
Okay.
else can go cray cray.
All right, so you start looking at the shrooms. Go ahead
How many
and
is in my area?
yes, we're gonna say you start hacking away at them. That's yeah. Don't worry about that part.
Oh, don't roll? Okay.
Well, no,
Yay!
you can
Slash
no.
slash.
You roll to attack.
Okay.
Like you do. You're attacking You're attacking them as a group. You're just not attacking one thing. You're taking initiative. You're going on the offensive against these things.
You're in the fray.
You're in the
Okay.
fray, so I need an attack roll out of you.
Okay, so from my rapier, I have a +6, 1d8, and +3 piercing.
Okay, so what you'll do is you'll roll the d20 and you'll add that +6, and then I'll tell you how that goes, and you will roll your damage. And because you're a swashbuckler and you struck out on your own, you also get to roll your sneak attack damage.
Wait, slow down. Okay, so I'm rolling.
Start at the
Sorry.
top. One thing at a time.
So I'm rolling a d20, and then you have to add 6.
Yeah, d20 plus the amount that's on the weapon, which I believe is a +6 for you.
So that's 23. Adding
All
the
right.
6 already.
Yep. Now you roll the 1d8, and you add I believe the +3 next to it.
Where's my 8? I got 8. And then you said +3.
+3. So
Yeah, 11.
11. Now, you're a rogue. Your big thing is you get what's called sneak attack damage, which for most rogues requires the enemy to be distracted. But because you are a swashbuckler, you have no such restriction. So you just get to roll that extra damage. And I believe it's 2d6. It should be on your character sheet under sneak attack.
Character sheet. Sneak attack. Okay. Sneak attack. Beginning at first level. Okay, I'm not gonna read all that. Sneak attack plus 3d6.
So yours is 3d6, not 2d6. It must be that level 6 bonus. So you'll roll an additional 3 6-sided dice and add all that up.
Nice.
Add that with the 11 that you have.
Okay. 3.
Oh, and I do apologize. It doesn't really matter because you went first anyway, but because of Rakish Audacity under special abilities, you also add your charisma modifier.
I'm adding too many things. I'm freaking out, man.
I'm sorry. No. I'll handle that on my end. That was my fault. I forgot to tell you to do it. You just carry on with yourself.
Okay, so
it was 11 plus the 3d6.
So I got a 10 out of that 3d6.
21. So 21 total damage, and your initiative has been changed from 23 to 25 because you have an addition to your charisma. That's a class ability. I'll explain it afterwards.
Yep.
So
makes you wish for the days where you just had to roll d10s.
Too many numbers.
But then you got to add 10s and take away 10s.
Just a different system.
Yeah.
As you do it, as you do this, it'll start going like clockwork.
Okay.
So don't worry.
Where's my rum?
Mine's over
So
there.
yes, you with a cat-like grace, you jump from shroom head to shroom head, almost like the tops of trees, and your rapier is well suited for just stabbing right through them. And so you just kind of go shoot, shoot, shoot. You're just
shroom on shroom.
Yeah, and you're just kind of bouncing from one to the other as you go, moving your way through the attack. So because you advanced, one of them is going to take its turn and strike out at you because he rolled a 22 on his initiative. That is a 16 plus 16 plus, bear with me.
Wait, it
Oh,
gets
that's
to
the wrong
attack me?
creature.
I thought my ability kind of blocked it.
No. This is, you have advanced, so this is one of the bigger things that sees you jumping from shroom to shroom and is going to try to stop you.
Oh, okay,
Um,
okay.
I'm sorry, I had the wrong monster pulled up. This one gets 6 attacks.
Hey.
Hi.
I'm scared.
We're at
Ooh.
6th level. Things can be exciting here.
Yeah.
So that is a plus. So that is at a +7. What is your armor class normally? That is AC on your character. So it's under charisma. It's
15.
15. So of the 6 plus 7, that's 13. So that one doesn't hit. The rest do. All 5.
Oh, great. And I
You
got light
can,
armor.
you
This
can,
sucks.
however, use your defensive duelist to deflect one.
Yes.
So yes, so you're jumping from shroom to shroom, and you see this basically moving rock with tendrils, and it just, all of its tendrils lash out at you. One of them you dodge out of the way, another one you slap at with your rapier and knock it out of the way, but that doesn't stop 4 of them from just grabbing and wrapping around you at various points of your body. And as you look at this thing, you look at kind of the source of those tendrils, and you see right in the middle a large, gaping maw of jagged rocks that are clearly designed to eat you. You don't take any damage yet.
Oh, great. I'm just all wrapped up. Nice.
Yes, but
What it got on me. I want to throw something at it. I don't know.
you're considered restrained. It didn't get your fighting hand. So it got like your offhand, it got your legs, one got around your waist, but the one that was gonna get you by your fighting hand, that's the one you deflected. So you can still make attacks and stuff.
Nice. It has a
All right.
face, right? And a head, so I want to chop off his
It
head.
has a mouth.
Okay.
It doesn't really have a head from the looks of it. It looks like its stomach is its mouth, almost, if that makes sense.
Oddly, yes, I've seen creatures like this before.
All right,
Okay.
so we're gonna move on to Jace. So you saw that.
Yes, I did. I am going to shapeshift into a giant constrictor snake.
All right.
There it is.
Your worldview has changed. Suddenly, the ground seems much more potent, and no sooner do you get onto the ground than you feel the earth itself is shaking and vibrating with not only the movement from everything around you, but because, serpents are very sensitive to tremors and movements, you actually do feel a little bit of the sound wave from the explosions in the sky hitting you. Interestingly, the ground is shaking more than it should. But carry on.
The traditional snake noise. All right. I do this actually specifically metagame reasons because I know snakes hold their breath for a very, very long time. Specifically constrictor snakes, anacondas, and the like. But I'm gonna go ahead and begin. I'm debating on between biting, just because it has a 10-foot reach, or if I want to do constrictions.
That's your call. You do only have one action, so you can advance and then you can take your action. So whatever you want to do is up to you. Currently, there's the mushrooms going everywhere. Yikishi has just been tendrilled and is being dragged towards this thing. Or you can go and attack something else. Your call.
I will go ahead and attack a mushroom guy. Constriction. Melee weapon attack roll plus
Yeah.
6 to hit.
Okay. So yeah, you're gonna kind of like start knocking the shrooms over. I'm not really sure how you handle that as a constrictor. My GM verbiage fails me on that one, but I'll think of something.
Well, constriction is more of like a grab, isn't it? Like
Yeah,
a grapple. But
yeah,
if he's taking on more than one thing, I don't know, maybe grab a group of them.
I guess, yeah.
Nah,
Or the bite, whichever. So what's your attack?
It's a total of 9. I'm not hitting Jack.
No, go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, these things have. That's 2d8 plus 4.
Yeah, it's specifically. Oh, by the way, they are immune to any poison effects. So you're just getting your bite.
Well, I'm a
but
constrictor. I don't have poison.
this is true. Look, I'm the game master. I'm not the biologist or botanist or whatever. I'm not the animal guy.
18.
18. So your efforts are not quite as effective as Yikishi. You don't go bounding from shroom to shroom, stabbing and running them through. But as you serpentine through the crowd, you just kind of reach up and bite at one. And it's got a weird taste. I mean, you've had mushrooms before, but this one's got just kind of a really, really nasty, earthy taste to it. It's actually kind of disgusting. When you bite into it, it just really tastes terrible. But yeah, that's the end of your turn. So
Is
Kaya.
it dead?
Oh yeah, the one that you bit is dead.
Okay.
But you're being a giant constrictor, you kind of just slithered around trying to figure out what you're gonna do.
And then constricted one of them.
Well, you bit one. You said you were using bite.
No, I said I was using constrict.
Oh, okay. Well, then yes, you wrap around one and you basically squeeze it until its head pops off.
Okay.
Ew.
The cap pops off.
Yeah, the cap. Just like... Oh, and when it does, it just explodes in spores and smoke, whatever.
Yeah.
So, Kaya, you're up.
Okay. So how many are left?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I want to shoot
in
one.
your immediate concern, there are some shrooms that you will have to fight past. With a ranged weapon, you could attack the thing that is attacking Yikishi, if you so desire. Or you can try to charge through the shrooms and go straight to that creature if you want to assist Yikishi in any way.
I do not wish to assist her in any way.
Okay.
I will Stewie kick you. Oh my god. Out of game.
This is what you get for treating her badly at the start.
My loyalty is bought with money and with hugs and kisses and me being carried. You did none. So
I'm gonna just Stewie punt you somewhere. This is not fair.
anyway, moving on. Yeah,
so
I
you could help cull the shrooms, basically.
Oh.
If you wanted to.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right. What do you plan to use as your offensive action?
Well, I wanted to cast Guiding Bolt.
Okay.
Range of 120 feet.
So I will say Guiding Bolt, these things are pretty weak. So, and Guiding Bolt only targets one thing. So it might be ridiculous overkill for just one shroom. Yeah. So yeah. So if you had area of effect, or if you want to make an attack roll, because these things are fairly weak, I'm letting you get I'm letting one attack roll stand for seeing how many you kill, basically.
Okay. So then me just swinging my mace. is
Yeah,
fine.
you can certainly try.
All right. I will certainly try swinging my mace.
All right, that's an attack roll, and you will add under the weapon itself. There's a plus, so it's like a +3 to +5, something like that. You'll add that to your d20 roll, and then you will roll whatever damage indicator is afterwards.
Okay. So roll the d20 first.
Yes,
Do-do-do-do. I rolled a 9.
9 plus what's the plus
That's
net?
5.
+5. Okay, 14. It's decent.
And then 1d6 plus 2. Bludgeoning.
Yep.
Okay, so 1d6. 2 plus 2, 4.
4. So you start to kind of charge your way through, and you've got your mace, and you reach down and crack at one, but mushrooms are surprisingly springy.
It bounces back.
Yeah, the first hit bounces back. You go to hit another one, it bounces back. Like, you're basically trying to to
It's like
dissuade
boing,
someone from coming after you with
boing.
a foam needle. You're basically swinging a pool needle around. Um, Eventually, you get frustrated and you hit one, and you do land with enough impact to kind of cave it in and hit the whatever passes for squishy enough bits to kill it on the inside. But yeah, you're not making much headway with actually killing the things at the moment.
Guys, these are springy, sponge-like. What the deuce?
Oh, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, great. Constitution. That's a 12 plus my mod, right?
Yep.
So 14.
14. You start to feel a cough come on you. It's not enough to really dissuade you at the moment, but it's almost like standing in smoke. Yeah, as when you hit these things, they kind of puff out this purplish smoke at you.
That might not be good in the long run.
Probably not.
Mm-mm.
So these things are gonna come, you're gonna get surrounded by shrooms. These things don't exactly have an attack, but screw it, you didn't kill them. So
It's a
what's
soft little spongy shroom. What can it do?
apparently they have a bite attack.
Wait,
got
they got a
mouth?
mouth?
Apparently, yeah.
Like,
What's your AC?
Who?
You.
Me?
Kaya.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mine is 18.
18. So one of them does in fact manage to get you in the back of the leg for 2 damage. But yes, because you haven't really been as effective at killing them, they start to try to dogpile onto you.
what in the world?
And like they're just biting at you. It's like trying to watch someone chew through a tin can, but yeah, they seem to have a level of ferocity. Also, the shroom caps, now that you're kind of being mauled, they actually do have these red glowing eyes underneath the caps. Especially once you come into contact with them.
So
Guys, they're carnivores. They like the meat.
at least they're not like in Dark Souls where they're just absolute units and will deck you.
No, these are the
Not
small ones.
yet.
Yeah.
Wait till they use the rage ability.
Oh, barbarian mushroom.
Raging shrooms.
Hang on, I gotta write something down real quick.
Raging
Uh-oh.
shrooms.
Giving
Guys,
the
he's
GM
pulling
ideas.
a me.
He's writing stuff. He's writing things.
Nice.
But yeah, they got teeth.
Yeah, but yeah, one of them does manage to breach, because the back of your leg is unarmored. So just by nature, if that's how armor works. So yeah, they managed to get a weak spot, kind of get a tooth in the joint, and kind of just
What?
be a bit of a cut. Nothing major.
I thought she had full body chainmail. The fact that she was drowning in it when we first got her stuff.
Well, yeah,
She got to
that's
run. Legs got to be open.
yeah.
I,
Legs have to be open.
oh,
He's
So they
also
managed to find
only
a.
about as tall as the mushroom, so
Yeah, there's that too. You're starting to get a little overwhelmed.
Mhm.
Okay,
So,
it's Ural's turn.
yep, you're up.
okay. How far away is the screaming mass of flesh?
You'd estimate about 60 feet of stuff to go through. It's not
Fine
so much that they're
stuff.
shrooms, those tendril things, some bigger things on the end you don't recognize. Yeah, I mean, you got to fight your way to it, but you could probably
60
get there in a
feet.
turn or two.
How do I get there in a turn? Alright,
Or just
Swinging your
totally,
axe.
or just totally ignore the consequences of charging him blindly. You know?
He's a barbarian.
There's also the towers. You could
Towers?
presumably get to those.
what am I
There
gonna
are
do from a
towers?
tower? I'm a melee character.
You
Well,
drop on
no,
them
think
from
about
above.
it. You have to cover a distance, and everything is on the ground. Use your
Well,
imagination.
where are we fighting? I thought we were out in like a field outside the camp.
No.
We have
You're right
towers?
at the camp. You're at the gate
Oh,
of the camp, and it
I
is
didn't
kind of
realize we had
makeshift
I mean, a
towers.
gate. Oh,
Well, it's not so much gate; it's just towers. It's a couple of
oh,
watchtowers.
okay.
It's very, very crudely put together watchtowers just to serve as someone standing up there keeping an eye out for things. But
All
the
right. So,
larger creatures have not quite fully breached that area yet. Some have gotten through. One of them is the one grappling onto Yikishi. Anyway, go ahead.
oh, this is difficult to do without a grid. I'm trying to do distances, and it's like, this isn't gonna work.
No, you can charge.
Ash.
Just picture. So take your grid, put the boss or put the thing 60 feet away from you, but then put a
Yeah.
lot of monsters between you and it.
Okay, fine. I won't go for the boss yet. I'll clear out the trash.
You can certainly try.
All right.
I don't like the way he says that you can try. I don't like that.
It's okay. He knows what it means.
All right.
Means
Well,
you're
I
gonna
mean,
die.
I can get up to it. I just can't attack this turn.
He knows it means I'm gonna let him try.
Shit. Maybe mobile will help me. Can you make a melee attack? Okay. All right. I have a plan to get close. Very close. I'm gonna rage first with my bonus action.
All right.
And the natural weapon I'm going with the claws. So basically, I've got 4 attacks. And with mobile, when I make a melee attack against a creature with mobile, they can't take opportunity attack. I can't take opportunity attacks from them, whether I hit or not.
Okay.
Or surely there is a path with less than or equal to 4 creatures on the way that I can attack as I go past them with my 50 feet of movement.
That will be a challenge to you, probably. So give me an athletics roll at advantage because you're raging.
Nat 20, 26. Nat 20
Um,
doesn't matter though anyways. It's a skill check.
it does in this. I mean, you know me. You know I don't say
Yeah.
magic.
Do backflips.
So the moment that you fly into that rage, it's almost like a clairvoyant path has been opened up, and you see these things nearby. What is your claw attack, by the way, or whatever attack that you would use?
Damage wise?
Yes.
1d6 plus 5.
Okay, so that's the thing that you get 4 of. You're basically saying attack and offhand. Is that how you're getting your 4 in?
So part of it, so whenever you use yeah, okay. Wait. Oh, wait, no, that's terrible. Okay, I only get 3. So yeah,
It's
once on
okay.
each of your turns when you attack with claw using the attack action, you can make 1 additional claw attack as part of the same action. Originally, I read that because Barbarian gets 2 attacks anyways. But it's only
No,
once
but your
per
two
turn.
attacks. Yeah, your two attacks are part of your attack action. It's not two attack actions.
Yeah. So either way, I was wrong.
Okay.
So
Yeah, it's okay. But you know what? I'll allow
yeah.
it. Go ahead and roll me an attack roll and roll damage and all that stuff.
Well, alternatively, because I read this wrong, if we can just like retcon that, I can use the tail instead to get reach. So I
Yeah,
can just
fair enough.
fucking
Fair enough.
run through and hope I don't get hit.
Fair enough.
What you doing?
Yeah, no, we're
So,
gonna kill the flesh man. I have 50 feet of movement. I'm gonna get as close as I can to it and hope I don't get hit by opportunity attacks. Although I will.
I will say, all right. So we'll say you run by one roper that is not currently occupied. You rolled a 23 athletics. That's two. That's two
26
19s.
technically.
Yeah, 26. So I'll put its attack roll versus your athletics. It only has a.
Well, I mean, I've got AC as well. But...
I know, but this is more to restrain you. Remember?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the attack is plus. Right? So yeah, you barrel through, and sure, you feel things on your legs that you feel things try to grapple at you, and yeah, that's about it. It just kind of snaps away from you, like it's like nothing.
Not this time. Okay. I presume I'm now within 10 feet.
Yes.
Okay, then I'll use my actual action to attack him.
Okay. Go ahead.
I probably should have reckless, shouldn't I? I should reckless, yeah. I don't care about living. Reckless attack. Give me advantage. Okay, so let's see. 2 rolls. Okay, so 21 and 22.
Yeah, well, the 22 hits.
Okay. For 10 damage.
All right, so that's 10 damage to this thing. So your tail just kind of like lashes out, and and it just kind of strikes against this thing. And as your tail comes back, it almost like just kind of comes back as part of the attack. It dashes against the ground next to it, and you see the ground next to it is also oozing with that purplish pustulence, and it has created almost a mud-like ick around it. It'll be kind of difficult to walk through. You came right up to it. You didn't quite set foot in it. So this thing is going to use its legendary action. Since you
fun.
struck it.
Kill me.
I need a wisdom saving throw.
You got this. You got this.
He doesn't have wisdom.
Wait, what?
I rolled a nat 1.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
boy.
Here we go.
You rolled a what?
This is the
I
first
think
nat one.
This thing starts screaming into your ears randomness you don't understand, and your mind breaks.
Your mind breaks?
So I need you to roll a
I rolled a new
D8.
character. Alright, hold
I
on.
need you to roll a D8.
Okay. A 1 again.
A 1.
You're lying.
No, I believe it because it's about the only thing that was going to save him. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. So yeah, you stand there, and it kind of, its yelling just kind of gets to you, and you grab your head and you start screaming. with it. You start screaming the same noise that it does. Your mouth moves on its own.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah. So these things are going to come out. Basically, by now they have charged towards, we'll say, one of them is going, a couple of the shrooms are going to try to chomp on Jace. What's the snake's AC?
My snake's AC is 12.
Okay, they can't quite get through the thick hide, apparently, but you are being overwhelmed. Finally, Devin.
Hey. All right. So there's a lot going on here, it seems.
Yeah.
And they're all eldritch things, I assume.
Seems like it, yeah.
Seems like it. Okay, well, I'm gonna start toward Yikishi, attacking on my way.
All right. So you attack roll and all that, or
Yeah.
attack and damage.
It's 2 attacks, I believe I get with Thirsting Blade. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
First one is 12.
Okay.
Second one is 22.
All right. Roll
And
damage.
damage is 1d8 plus 4. 5, 9, and what's that? 9 and 2, 6. 9 and 6. 13.
Wait, 9 and 6, that'd be 15.
Yeah, 15. Sorry, my bad.
So you come through, and your eldritch blade is kind of humming in your. It's partially ethereal, I believe. It's also magical, which works great in this instance.
Yes.
As you just almost like a plasma blade that I cannot say for fear of certain backlash. You're just hacking through these shrooms like really like a machete through the dense forest or through the dense jungle. And you do actually make your way to Yikishi, and one of your attacks, you swing at one of the tendrils that has Yikishi, and I believe it was enough. Yes, it was enough for you to just cut right through one of them. She still has 3.
Well, that's one less.
Make me a perception check, Devin.
Perception is that. Well, 16.
16. You have noticed something no one else has because you have specifically been told to keep an eye out for it.
Ooh.
Marching behind the gibbering creature off in the distance and coming up towards the battle is a creature that almost seems to float just a little bit above the ground, ever by a few inches. It carries a long blade in one hand, and through its robes, you see only that purple, dark, caster-like energies around it. And your blade says, "He is here."
Friend or foe?
Off in the distance, the hood flies back as the battle's impacts reach it, and you see a head, almost squid-like in nature. Its mouth, a series of tendrils, and anything that gets in its way, it's just cutting like it's really like it's nothing, and it appears to have similar armaments to you, and it's coming your direction. And it is there we'll pick up next time.
Thank you all for joining us for Harmony's Fall. We look forward to seeing you again. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Have a wonderful day.